Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Matt Milligan. I'm in Senior Client Success. And yeah, you're going to be learning a bit about our online portals today. Okay, so let's get started. Right. Before I start, by the way, guys, obviously I just got to let you know, you can't record anything on this webinar. If you do want a recording of this webinar at a later time, I think sometime this afternoon, the webinar will be available for you to get a hold of. And all you guys just need to do is just email support@arthonline, just right here. Yeah. Okay, cool. So what's the agenda today for this webinar? So we're going to learn what Arth Online portal integration is. And we're going to learn the difference between the portals, because as probably most of you are aware, we have about 4 portal channels on this system. And then once all that is going down, we're going to give you guys a live demo on how the portal integration works. And then once I've given you guys a nice little brief demo on the whole situation, we'll have a little Q&A at the end of it all. So you guys got any further questions you want to add to what has just been explained earlier. So yeah. All right, so let's move on. So what is an Alpha portal integration? So why is this Alpha and portal integration important for you guys? Firstly, essentially you're collaborating 2 systems into one, which is one less task to complete. It's most likely the reason you guys are probably here today. And, you know, just updating in Alpha alone will auto update it in the other portals. So essentially, yeah, you guys are saving yourself double the work. Who is it important for? Everyone, but especially social housing and HMOs. So for those who have short lets, frequent vacant units, it's great for minimizing work at hand at there. And how do we access the portals? Now, obviously, it just says here, access from portals, properties to portals. Now, I'll go over that obviously in more detail once we start the demo. Now, there are 4 options to pick from on the marketing portal channels, and that is Rightmove, Zoopla, StuRents, and Facebook Marketplace. Now, I'm just going to go briefly. I'm just going to go into more detail about those portals in the next slide. So the portal differences. So why should you guys be using these 4 marketing channels? Now, I'm just going to go over sort of the difference between the 4 of them, because they all slightly work in different ways, but they all got the sort of same idea. Now, Facebook is free of charge, whereas Zoopla, StuRents, and Rightmove, you will be charged £10 a month for the integration. With Facebook and StuRents, you do not need an account on their websites to integrate between the 2. Now, just to be clear, for Zoopla and Rightmove, you guys need to be on a subscription for those 2 channels. If you guys are not, then you won't be able to integrate the 2 accounts. So just make sure you keep that clear. And I'll just note that down just in case you guys go ahead further with this. Now, the sync times. So what is sync times for starters, actually? So sync is the time you want to put the unit advert from Arthur onto the marketing channel, like Zoopla or Rightmove, and how long it'll take to go onto their website. So for example, here you got Zoopla. Once you sync one advert from Arthur onto Zoopla, it will only take probably just about a minute to sync over, so it's very quick. Whereas the likes of Facebook, for example, it can take around an hour to sync over. This also takes into account the applicants inquiring against your advert as well. So if an applicant inquires to your Zoopla advert and the inquiry goes forward, it will come back into Arth Online within that minute. Whereas again with Facebook, it can take around an hour to come to you guys. So I just want to make that clear with you guys. So there are other benefits between choosing one or the other portal channel. Obviously, Facebook being free and Zoopla being very quick and efficient, like Rightmove as well. Right. So I kind of just wanted to just give that as a brief of what's going on here between the portal channels. But I genuinely think the best way to explain all of this is just to give you guys a live demo. I think we should just get straight into that right now. All right, so live demo time. Give me a second, guys, whilst I just stop sharing. I'm going to share the correct screen. All right. So, right. So to start off, I want to subscribe to the portal channels. And to do that, you just go to the Alpha store here. You then go to marketing channels, and then you click any of the ones here you want to subscribe to. Now, I think for Rightmove, like I'm not subscribed, for example. So all you do is just to click here, subscribe to the service. It will automatically start the subscription under your Go Cardless account, and then yeah, you'll be subscribed from there. Now, once you've done that, so it looks something like this. If I go to the likes of Facebook, it'll say that here you go, I'm already subscribed to the service. Obviously, it's free of charge for Facebook. Now, where do I go from here on onwards? How do I start syncing my advert onto the marketplace or onto the Zoopla page? Now, for this live demo example, I'm going to use the marketplace as the example to go through. So to start, you want to go to properties here on the left-hand side menu, and then go down to portals. Now you have your list of all your active portals and all your available portals that you can subscribe to. Now, in my case, I've got 3 available. Now I'm going to select Facebook Marketplace as my, sorry guys, I think someone's trying to call me. Yeah, give me a second, guys. Sorry about that. All right, so yeah, I'm going to use Facebook Marketplace as my example. So if I click on unit list here on the right-hand side, right, so I have about 9 units here available for you. So for this example, I'm going to use flat 7 115 Finchley Road. I want to sync this unit as an advert onto the marketplace. So if I go on this page, so I'm now on the unit. So first thing I've got to do, if I was you guys, so I want you to note this down as you go along, but there's 3 sections you need to focus on. It is the summary page, the unit information page, and the portals tab page. Now, for the summary page, what do you need to focus on this page? It is your images. You need to upload your unit images here. Now, I know on the portal channels, it requires you to upload at least 2 images of your advert onto the system. So just make sure you get them uploaded here. Now, if you want to sort them in order, you can do. If you click the arrow down button against one of these photos and click edit details, you've got a sequence number right here. So this is sequence number 1. So this will be the first image that shows. And then obviously here, if I go on to the next one and then click edit details, this will be sequence number 2. So the second image. Pretty self-explanatory. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Right. Now, we also have a type. So as obviously you can see up here, we have a photo type, but you can also choose to upload your floor plans and EPCs. Just make sure you do this correctly. So if you do want to upload your EPC, make sure you upload it as an image. They always have to be an image, either JPEG or PNG. This way, because what will happen is that the channels will then pick up this type and then pull it in the correct area, whether it's in the section for Zoopla, where they have a little section for floor plans and EPCs, or Rightmove, etc. So just to make that clear with you guys, make sure it's an image and you set the correct type for it. All right, so once you have your images uploaded, the next step and probably the most important page to focus on is your unit information page. Now this is where you're going to fill in all your details for the unit on the advert. So as you can see here, we've got all the information. So most of it has already been filled in. So here you've got the portal address. So I'm going to briefly go over each field. They're all not compulsory, but I'll just give you guys a brief idea of what each one is. So portal address is what you want to show up on the marketing channel. So instead of wanting to show flat 7 115 Finchley Road and go into full detail on it, you can just send them like the area. So Temple Fortune is the area of the property. Virtual tour URL. So obviously, as you guys are probably well aware, most of you are probably doing virtual viewings at the moment. This is where you want to post the URL for the virtual one. So whether you have a YouTube link or just a standard URL link for it, if you post that in there, that will follow through into the marketing channel. And it'll also bring up a tag, I believe, on the likes of Zoopla and Rightmove that will say something like virtual tour available or something like that. So then obviously the applicants can see that, the inquired applicants can see that and have a look at the viewing themselves. So you've got a short description here. This is essentially your subject, your title. What is it you're going to sell to the applicants? And then here you go into more detail. Now, obviously, in my case, I haven't gone into any detail at all here, but this is where you probably explain everything about the property. Whether it's got like 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, it's near a school, etc. Anything like that. You go into as much detail as you can in this description area. Now, unit type. Now, obviously, you'll notice actually just before I start here, You've got a little red asterisk star sign against a few of these fields. These are what is compulsory to fill in. So make sure you have this data filled in. Otherwise, it will not accept it at all. So unit type, I'm going to say for this one, it is a flat. You have a date available. So the date it eventually it goes vacant. So the date is void. So in my case, this unit's been vacant since October the 10th, and I'm looking to get a new applicant to move into this unit. Size and price per square foot, it's all you can all choose to add that in if you'd like. It's not compulsory. And same with rental term, if you want it to be short, fixed, or long, commercial, etc. In my case, I'm just going to put NA for now because I don't need to specify that. Deposit amount, you can choose to state how much you want your tenants to pay their deposit for this unit. Part furnished, obviously self-explanatory. Is it furnished, part furnished, or unfurnished? And if there's any service charge you guys include in your units. So obviously, I guess that's mainly for commercials. So maximum occupancy, how many people are allowed to live in that unit essentially. So in my case, I only need one person. There's only one person allowed to stay in this flat. There's one bathroom, and then you can choose to add your council information here. See, all of this is pretty self-explanatory on what's going on here. Floors as well. So in my case, actually, there's one bedroom. So let me change that from 0 to 1. There's no reception. And here I got to fill in my market rent. So I'm just going to put like £700 is the market rent for this unit. Now, I just want to go over a bit over total sharing tenancies. Now, this is where it can get a little bit confusing because this is only specified for Zoopla and Rightmove. Now, this is how you check. This is how you state whether or not it's a HMO or not. Now, if you have a house you want to rent out with five bedrooms inside of it, and you've got 5 tenancies that are allowed to live in there, you'd put 5 here, and then you put the maximum occupancy as 5 here. Now, if it's just one flat, so if it's just one flat and one bedroom you guys are occupying out, so you're splitting the rooms out, so it's one bedroom you're renting out, not the whole house. This is where you have to state that it's going to be 1 occupancy and an A for the total sharing tenancies. Now, so yeah, if you guys are house share, this is where you would use the total sharing tenancies. If you guys are just normal flats or bedrooms or dorms or anything like student lets, it's just 1 occupancy, 1 bedroom. Okay, so I hope that makes a bit more sense. You guys leave some questions at the end of the webinar if you like. Right, so we've got unit features here at the bottom. Now, just to make this clear for you guys, you can specify what you want to include in your unit features, but you don't get to choose what you want to show on the advert as of yet. Now, I know there is a feature that will be released soon for that, but as of now, if I put in, I don't know, fireplace, phone, internet, double glazing, it might just pick up internet and double glazing on the advert. So it randomizes, not randomizes, should I say, that's incorrect. It just sort of picks up probably the most important features that it has and then just puts it on the advert itself. Now, but one thing you guys need to make sure you have ticked is your eligibility. So who's allowed to move into it. So in my case, I say undergraduate students are allowed and postgraduate students are allowed to move in this case. So make sure you have this section ticked as you move in. Now, once you've filled in the eligibility and you're happy with everything that's filled in on this page here, all you've got to do is scroll to the bottom of the page and then click Update Unit Information. Now, so once I've done that, if I go to the Portals tab now, this is the next stage you guys want to go on. If I go to the Portals tab, it will tell me my score is 100%. Now, what I mean by that is it tells me that my unit is now ready to go live. It's ready to go public to the portal channel. Now, just to be clear, if I go back to the unit information and let's say I don't specify the unit type and I save that, and then go back to the portals tab, it will tell me here, your score is 80%, your unit type is not defined. So here it gives you pretty self-explanatory. It gives you a nice little explanation, of what you guys are missing to complete this. So if I just go back to the unit information page, go back to the flat, and then update unit information, it'll take me back to 100%. And that's it. So now, last bit that you guys need to do now is set the advert to public for all the applicants on the marketplace. Now, to do that, it's very easy. All you guys need to do is set it from private to public here, and then click sync to portal. So just two clicks, and now your advert will go live onto the marketplace page or any portal channel for that matter. Now, because obviously, like I said, marketplace can take take an hour to sync over. We'll be waiting around here for quite a bit. Whereas with the likes of Zoopla, it'll go down instantly. So for this example, I'm just going to give you guys another advert that is currently live on the Facebook Marketplace and what it looks like. So if we have a look here, actually, before I have a look at the marketplace, I just want to show you guys something. I want to go back to this page here, so the portals page. Now you see here, if I just refresh this, so we're doing it with flat 7. Now, as you can see now, it's public and it's last synced, it's live. So that means it's currently now available for applicants to view. Now, if I want to do this for more than one unit, because I know some of you might want to batch sync it or correct it at the first place, so you can tick this box here, and it'll select all of the properties, all the units on here. If not, you can just untick a few of them. So I'll untick these 3, and then if I click update unit, you can batch update them to public or private. So instead of having to do it one by one, basically, you guys can do it in batch, which will save a lot of you guys a lot of time. Now, I hope that makes a little bit of sense for the batch stage. Now, I want to show you what the advert looks like on Facebook. So, so for this example, I've got flat 3 Nugent Terrace that is currently public on the marketplace right now, and it looks something like this. So lovely 1-bedroom bathroom flat with Julia balcony. Now, this is what the applicant will see when they log onto the marketplace and they start viewing some properties. And whereabouts is it? In Kilburn area, Maida Vale. So they'll come to this page. They will see the details, like the description, any like updates, the unit details of the said property, the map of the locations, the images of the place. Now, if they want to get in contact with you guys about it, all they do is they just click the contact button here. It will then ask them to fill in their email address, phone number, and write a message. Now, because they already have, because they're already logged into Facebook, because this will be on their personal account, you already have their name, their first and last name. So all they need to do is just fill in their email address and phone number, which the phone number is required that they do it. And then, and then they just click send it off, and it will come back to you guys on our front line. Now, where does it come back on to you guys from in the Arthur Online page? Now, I'm going to show you guys that now. So if we go back onto Arthur, so let's pretend the applicant has just inquired about my advert there for flat 3 Nugent Terrace. The place where this will come into now is under applicants viewings. Now, every single inquiry on your account will come back as an inquired viewing status. Now, these are the brand new statuses you have. So here for my example, I've got a Reem Abdul who's now asking, hi, can I schedule a time to see this? So this was what a few weeks ago, it's like, but still. So this is where I pick up the latest information on my inquiries that come in against that advert. Now you'll see here as well, if I click on the applicants, because an applicant will be generated on their system as well. As you can see here, for like Christy Packery, or I don't know how to say that name correctly, you can see the source, it has come from the marketplace, whereas like Enos, for example, has come from Rightmove. And it has here their phone number and their email, which obviously they are required to fill in. But yes, to be clear, to keep track of all your data for inquiries, they all come here as the inquired status in viewings. Now, it's also on the dashboard page. So if I go to dashboard here and click new inquiries, this is where the information lies. So these are my 4 inquiries right here. Now, from this stage, you guys essentially just have to get on with your tenancy onboarding workflow, which is, getting in contact with them. So from here, you would probably click the eye icon. You would see that information. So Reem here, you got their phone number and their email. You get in contact with them obviously phone them up, email them, organize a viewing time. Once you do that, you can edit the viewing, change the status to confirmed, set the viewing date to, I don't know, whenever it is, which is the 30th of November. The time, who it's going to be assigned to, and then yeah, you go on to do your tenancy onboarding phase. Whether he likes it, he wants to move in, you go through the contract, the deposits, and everything like that. And that is essentially how it works within Arthur Online. You have the inquired viewing, and then that's how you keep track of it all. So as you can see, it's not. This is the whole point of integrating the two systems into one. You're not playing around with Zoopla or Marketplace or anything like that. You don't need to touch those accounts at all, those systems at all. Everything should all be done in Arthur Online. Yeah. Now, before I get to the Q&A, there is a few troubleshoots I want to go over as well, because I know some people might run into a few problems and they might get a bit confused, or they get an error message that they're not quite sure how to fix. So I'm just going to go over a few of them here now, just so you guys are clear on what needs to be going over. Right, so now sometimes your score might be 100%. You click sync to portal, but you might still get an error message that says it can't sync over. And that does leave a lot of questions to what's going on. So and the first and main one that usually pops up is the branch ID is not associated with your account. This usually, so first and foremost, this only happens if you are using Rightmove, StuRent, or Zoopla, not Facebook Marketplace. The branch ID is your unique ID to link your account, your Arthur account, to your Zoopla and Rightmove account. So Zoopla, Rightmove, and StuRent, they all send you, and me, I get CC'd in all the emails. They all send you like an ID number, telling you this is the ID. You need to link the accounts together, so we can integrate the two. Now, if it does have that, it usually means either we've entered the branch ID wrong, or Zoopla just haven't set it up from their end yet, and we just need to, or Zoopla, Rightmove, for streamers, they just haven't set it up for them yet, so we just need to double check with them. So if you do get a branch ID is not associated error message, don't panic. It should be an easy fix. The next one that is always quite a funny one that happens not ever so often. It's a very rare case, whereas it says it can't find the address of the property. So you might click sync to portal, but it will just say, I can't find 115 Finchley Road. It does not exist. Now, 9 times out of 10, usually it's just probably a typo that you've just spelt wrong or anything like that. But sometimes the public domains are listed as a different road name to the road name you've got up here. So for example here, for Finchley Road, it might actually be called Finchley Road, but on the public area, the public address of it, say whether it's on Google Maps or whatnot, it might actually be named RD instead. And if you click save against that and then sync to port again, it will probably work. I know it's a bit of a kerfuffle, and I know it'd be really annoying for you guys, because then it means you just have to change the name of the address quite a few times on some of your cases. But yeah, that's how it's listed on the public area. So you just need to copy and paste it how it looks on there. Otherwise, the likes of Facebook, Zoopla, they just won't be able to find it. Yeah, so those are the two main like areas that you guys can run into and have problems with, and I just want to focus on those two for now. Now I can't think of any more off the top of my head that you could run into that could be a problem. Oh, that's actually, here's another one. Your images. Make sure your images are less than 12 megabytes in size. If they are very large images, they will not pull through onto any of the portals, because I believe there's a max limit to how big you can sync the images over to. I will get I will see, if you guys can't see your images now, I can see a notification as well to say that, yeah, the images aren't syncing over. There's a problem with the images. Usually that is the case because you guys just have very large images. You just need to decrease its size down a bit, put it to less than 12 megabytes, and then you should be all good to go. Okay, so other than that, I think we're all good to go. I think I'm happy to do a Q&A with you guys now. So what I'd ask you guys to do, so if you have a look on the Zoom chat, the Zoom area, there is a Q&A section. If you click on that and ask your questions in there, and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions in that area. Do not use the chat area, just use the Q&A section. Now, if there's anything you feel like I've gone too fast over, please just leave the question in the chat and I'll go over it again if you like as well. All right, I'll leave you guys a minute just to throw all your questions in there, and then I'll go through them one by one. Okay, so is there any update on why the tick spot features are not transferring across to Zoopla and when this will be fixed? So it's not a bug. It is just something that hasn't been, I think, not discussed with the two systems yet. So hopefully there will be something live in the future, but I can't give you a deadline yet, I'm afraid. Do you have to have a separate Rightmove subscription account, or do you have to pay £10 a month and automatically uploads the likes of Facebook? So yes, you have to have a separate Rightmove subscription. So if you're not subscribed to the Rightmove tool, then the subscriptions to the integration will just be kind of pointless. You need to make sure you're subscribed to Rightmove as well. So everything's always fair. Just because I will not be anyone using this, is it possible to get this on email? Yes. Yes. So just be the only one using this. So are you talking about the about getting viewing inquiries from the applicants via email? If so, just let me know, because we can do that. So actually, that's one thing I'm going to go over with you guys. Now, you can get new inquiries coming in the system, but you guys won't get emailed unless you set up an automated event for it. Now, I'm going to tell you guys how to do that right now. So if you click your name at the top left-hand corner and click automation, and then scroll down to viewings here. Now, you're going to have to set up a new trigger for the inquiry. So I already have one set up on this account here, which is inquired from viewing portal, but I'm going to create a new one here. So if I click add custom trigger, now I'm going to select viewing as the trigger. I'm going to do viewing created because it's going to be created for an inquired viewing. Now name a trigger, inquiry from portals. All right. That's okay. So conditions, right? So the viewing source. So we're going to say first and foremost, it is from the portal account. So it's going to be created from portal. I think that's the only condition we need to use. Yes, that's correct. So we're going to. So I've said, when a new viewing is created and it has come from the portal, then create this trigger. So if I save trigger now, I need to add an action against that inquiry. So I'm going to say for this action, email property manager. I'm going to have it automatically set, so it always sends that inquiry viewing. And I'm going to apply a process. So send an email. Now, obviously, just in case you guys are aware, send message means send email. Notification means notifying them on the desktop or on the phone app, or SMS just means text. In this case, I'm going to do send message. Now, I'm going to send to, in this case, I want to send it to all my property managers. I want everyone to be notified of the new inquiry. And then I'll just say new applicant inquiry. And then here you can maybe, so if I click right click in the email body, I can put the email name. So if I put in the applicant, and then I think it's contact. So email, so that would be the applicant's email and the contact phone number as well. So I'll say applicant has inquired about, if I put in the unit address here, there you go, unit. Yeah, so that is one example of an automated event you guys would have to set up if you want to get email and stuff. So if I here click save action, so when this page loads back up, so if I see here, so I did this one here, inquiry from portals. If I click the plus sign, there's my email that will be sent to all the property managers about the new inquiry. Okay, let's go over a few other questions. So a few of you want to go over the shared house situation. So let's do that again. Now, to be clear, so if you guys are renting out to a family, for example, a family of five, so it's going to be one tenancy for five tenants, one tenancy contract, sorry. So in your case, you go to unit information here, you set the unit type as house share, so there it is, or house, one or the other. So I think in this case, I'll just do house share. Total sharing tenancies. This is where you would state it as 4 or 5 tenancies that are living in the property. And then the maximum occupancy is 4 people as well. And then here, bedrooms, let's say 3 bedrooms. That is simply how you just set up your house. Now, obviously, because your house, you're renting out to one tenancy, it's got to be under the unit level. So in this case, you know, if you've got 3 flats in one building, in this case, it's just got to be one. You got at the property at unit level, not the room. So yeah, that's simply how it's set up within the house share. You just state how many tenancies will be living in there, and the maximum number of people that will be living in it. So in this case, a family of 4 people. And the one room available. So obviously, if you're going to do one room, you state this as NA, and you state it as one person living in it, and it's 1 bedroom. So just one person in one flat. So this will probably be, let's rename that to bedroom 3, for example. That'll be room 3. Room 3, one person living in it, no sharing tenancies. That's simply it. Okay. For the webinar, yeah. Just to be clear, guys, yeah. At the end of this, you'll be allowed to get a recording of this webinar if you missed anything at the start of the call. So what I'd advise you guys to do is use support@arthonline.co.uk. Email them and just ask them, hey guys, can I get a recording of the webinar that just happened today? And they will send you a recording of that said thing. See if you use live chat. So I'll be able to see our Facebook listings. So that's one thing I actually want to state. Yeah. So the only issue with Facebook listing is you won't be able to view it in the portal because Facebook have not given us access to their marketplace yet, or their marketplace URL. The only way you can access it is if you literally go into the marketplace page and search for your property here using the filters. If not, you can always come into the live chat on Arthur Online and ask, hey, I've just put a Facebook unit live on an advert live on Facebook. Can you guys send me the URL link of it when it's ready to go live? And then one of our team will get back to you with that. What is students? I think students is essentially just a student portal channel, student marketing channel. So if I just show you here, yeah, there you go. Most popular student-specific property portals in the UK. Okay, do we have any other questions? Let's have a look. I have a question because before I tried to post on our properties on a marketplace, it was okay. I did as you told us to do, but this advert never actually show up on the Facebook. Okay. Do you mind coming into the live chat after this webinar and asking to find your property, please? And either myself or my team will get back to you and see if we can find it on the Facebook. If not, just give us the example and we'll go over it later, okay? Can I see the virtual tour? So the virtual tour is your guys' data. This is nothing you guys. Well, this is nothing I would do from my end. So if I just go onto flat 7 there, unit information, this is what you guys would add in. So this is something you guys will have to work out in your own time how to get a URL for the virtual tour. Okay. All right, if you guys, I'll give you guys a few more areas to put some questions in the Q&A area. Yeah, so I'll give you guys a few more minutes, and then if not, we'll just call it an end to this webinar, okay? Do I need a Facebook Marketplace account? I don't currently, or does this post portal automatically? Yeah, you're correct. It posts automatically. You do not need a Facebook Marketplace account. All it will state on the Facebook advert is it's come from your company name. So you do not need an account. When you upload to Zoopla, is it a new advert or does it make it an old one live? So how that works, I'm pretty sure this is how it works. So if I just go on the portals page, so if I've got a brand new unit I want to sync over, that's not on this list, it will come through as a brand new advert. Whereas if I update this existing advert here, for example, flat 9, so if I set that to public and sync to portal, I think that will come as an old advert. And now I think the trick to do this is if you delete this advert, so this portal here, this portal unit, and then redo the sync again, I think it comes through as a new advert, just to give you guys a little neat trick. So try that instead. If you have a new HMO with 5 vacant rooms, how do you list this? Now, just a quick question on that. Do you put it out as 5 different tenancy contracts or 1 tenancy contract? 5 different. Okay. So in your case, you will have to do them as separate rooms. So for example, for let's say for this property, so like Stanley House, it has 12 units in it. Let's pretend it's 12 bedrooms. You will have to create 12. So in your case, you have to create 5 different units. And then in each unit, you'll go into each individual one. You go to the unit information page and you state that it's an occupancy of 1 and it's a bedroom, I think it is. So let's see the unit type here. So yeah, in this case, you state where it is. I think room is not available on this because they don't have that on the portal. So you just have to do something that fits close to your needs. So I guess in your case, maybe flat was probably the best bet. And then maybe I'll just like mention in here in the description that it's a 1 bedroom flat. Sorry, it's a 1 bedroom area for shared with 4 other bedrooms in a HMO house as well. We do not integrate with Open Rent as of now. Can you advertise at property level to cover the fact there is more than 1 room available? No, so this is why I meant that it has to be at unit level. So what you would have to do is if you have separate units, you might have to create a brand new unit, yeah, upload the images at unit level here. So in this case, it probably I would rename the unit address name as something like house. Upload the images of your property here. And this is where you'd state in the unit information page that it is a house or a HMO or a house share, and that you're sharing with 5 or 4 different tenancies. You cannot do this at room level. You'd have to create a new unit to put it as the property level. All right, guys. I think we're all good as of now. If you haven't got any more questions, I'll be happy to end this webinar. Obviously, just to rephrase again, obviously you can get a listing of this webinar recording at the end of the day today. I think it'll be available sometime after lunch. So just drop an email to support@arthuronline.co.uk and someone from my team will get back to you with a recording. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to call an end to today's webinar. I hope this is all informative for you guys. Let me know if it did help or not. I'm happy to get some feedback from you guys as well. And yeah, thank you very much for joining. I hope this all helped. Have a great day all. All right, thank you all. Bye-bye.